Number of tourists visiting South Africa improved significantly between January and November 2023. Total 7.6 million international tourists visited the country during that period. This is an increase of 51.8% in comparison to the same period in 2022. The Minister of Tourism, Patricia De Lille, joining us now for more on those numbers. Minister, good to have you, and thank you very much for coming on this afternoon. So Zimbabwe and Kenya seemingly leading the pack there in terms of the visitors that have come in. Zimbabwe and Kenya standing out, remarkable growth, saw exceptional 77.5% increase in tourist arrivals, totaling 1.9 million, while Kenya 94.2% surge, reaching 37,000 arrivals. Is there something specific that you are doing in those African countries in terms of promoting the country that is giving us this kind of reaction?
Well, first of all, I want to thank all the visitors, local and international, that is choosing South Africa as a destination to visit. Africa is certainly leading the way. Out of the 7.6 million since the beginning of January, 5.8 comes from Africa. This has always been the case, that Africa is always leading. And just on Kenya, with Kenya, we sorted out the visa issue. Kenyans can now visit South Africa on a visa waiver of up to 90 days. We also have direct flights between Kenya, Cape Town, and Johannesburg. So indeed, that has also supported the growth. And Kenya and Zimbabwe, of course, also have got a direct flight to South Africa. And we are working very closely with the continent, also around the African Free Trade Agreement, that is not just about moving goods, but also about moving people. And we're always in contact with the ministers of tourism there, and we try and deal with any stumbling blocks, any hiccups, we try and address it as soon as possible.
Now, in 2021, of course, the level of Chinese tourists fell below what we would normally get. And this was not just a South African thing. It was something that was happening globally. How much of it affected us, and how are we recovering from that?
Well, we are on the way to recovery. Since a direct flight between Johannesburg and Beijing returned in early March this year, we've seen a 247% increase from the Chinese market. I visited China recently to also work on the visa issues and the payment issues. And the Chinese normally travel in groups, and we are working with Minister Motsoaledi on sorting out the visas. So yes, China and the Middle East are one of our old source markets. The United States of America has also been growing very steadily, and that again is because of the direct flights now from Washington, from New York to Johannesburg and to Cape Town. And certainly in the new year, we are working with more countries to negotiate the return of direct flights, especially if we can connect all the African cities in the continent. Tourists will come to South Africa, then go to Botswana or to Kenya, and it's all work in progress. But we're very happy with the growth. And from the side of government, we will do everything in our power to create the conditions so that our visitors can come. We have dealt with the safety issues, Thabo. Government invested 174 million rand to train tourism monitors. I was just at Cape Town, Table Mountain this morning, where we deployed about 40 tourism monitors. But it is the partnership with the private sector that has been working very well for us in the past year.
Yeah. The Middle East that you've mentioned, how is the South African position, particularly in the Israel-Hamas conflict, impacting on those who want to come to South Africa? I mean, is it a deterrent? Do they look at it and say, well, this is a country that generally we won't feel safe in because of the position that they're taking on this conflict?
Well, we got a memorandum of agreement with the Minister of Tourism of Saudi Arabia. And in terms of that agreement, from the 1st of December, Saudi Arabia restarted their direct flight between Riyadh and Johannesburg. We are now negotiating a flight possibly direct from Jeddah to the city of Cape Town. And also the United Arab Emirates, they have been also doing very well. So for now, the regional tours, when visitors go to Saudi Arabia, that is being impacted on because people used to go from South Africa, visit Palestine, then go to Saudi Arabia to do an Umrah visit, a religious visit. But for now, those markets maintain their strength. And yes, of course, we all condemn the war and the genocide in Palestine, and we hope for a two-state solution so that we can bring peace. It's very sad what's happening in the Middle East.
The safety issue, of course, you've already mentioned with the monitors, but yeah. Do you think it has, certainly with the number of tourists that have been attacked, for example, on our routes when we're going to see attractions and so on and so forth, has that spread wide enough, I mean, to the particularly UK market, which usually I would think is our biggest market, but it hasn't been as strong yes. as it used to be?
Yes, no, definitely. We've seen that increase of the UK market. You know, the economic downside is affecting all countries, and therefore it had an impact on the UK tourists. But we are working very closely with the Daily Telegraph that has done a poll amongst its own readers, and they selected South Africa to be the best destination in the world to come and visit. So in terms of the safety, we regret any attack on any of our visitors. We understand it is the role and function of the South African police services to protect all of us, including our visitors. But the partnership with the private sector, with the police, with the NPA, with the Tourism Business Council, that we started about 9 months ago, it's really helping now. And yes, the tourism monitors are there to supplement the efforts of the provincial governments and the police. So it's working together, and I hope that we will make sure as South Africans, our domestic tourism is the bedrock. And the warmth of South Africans, the Ubuntu, and welcoming our visitors, that we will continue to do so.
Tourism Minister Patricia De Lille, appreciate your time to enjoy the break as well. I know you'll be busy, you won't be on a break, but have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, same to you.
That's the Minister there of Tourism.